Oh man. Well everyone, here we are planning to get ready for MUDBASH on Saturday. The dogs will keep barking. You can see it's a monsoon outside. It's like this basically all over North Carolina. Would you be quiet? Thank you. But give you guys an insight kind of what we're dealing with right now. Well, the rain doesn't make a lot of racket in the building. Can you guys tell if there's anything wrong? Yeah, so I went to change the old axle out there with the new axle, and the old axle popped out just fine. And then when I went to go set the new axle back in, it wasn't lining up correctly. Well, I don't know if you can see that right there, but that is the back of the wheel bearing. So the trailing arm goes right here, comes around, your axle hooks into rear diff right there and comes to your hub, and shock bolts into the back of it. It's actually in the back of the car right now. Shout out to Venom Performance, and I think they're under Cherry City Motorsports, and we'll double check that. We're gonna go give them a shout out, throw them in the video as well. So you guys like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go show those guys some love because they came through with the socket that I needed. I'd been half a dozen places this morning, and they actually were gracious enough to rent it out to me and let me hold on to it till we should get this done. Hopefully, I've done called Can-Am, called them first thing this morning. We're gonna ride out there to Can-Am with Clements, see if they can go ahead and get us a new wheel bearing punched in so we can get this all back together for MUDBASH. Even if it's not done today, I'm getting off early tomorrow. Tomorrow night is bike night. Don't know if that's gonna happen, but thankfully I'm already getting off early, so if I need to go up there and get the axle in or the trailing arm, I can, and then we get everything back together. So you guys stay tuned, and let's see if we can get all this done and somewhat stay dry. Alright guys, so probably not going to be looking at the camera much, but we're driving. Apparently there are tornado warnings. That's what they are. But so what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to try and I don't have anybody to hold the camera, so I kind of just got it propped up on the seat here. But I'm going to try and drop off the trailing arm with Can-Am. Kind of see if I should stay in the area. As they said, you know, they try to work it in between jobs until they're packed right now, which is really good. And I don't want to rush pushing the axle or pushing the new bearing in. I hope everybody's staying safe out there right now. You have to drive. I really didn't want to be out driving today, but I've been everywhere looking for that tool. I mean, it's just unreal that the dealership doesn't sell it, but you know, my quad's what, 12, 13 years old, something like that. So I get it, they change models and change styles, but yeah, definitely gonna get one order to keep it with us. The boot's busted, but at this point I'm just like, screw it, I'm gonna leave it until either we break it, which isn't ideal, or it just starts clicking real bad and you really have to snap it out there, and I'm really afraid on the other side. So definitely make sure you clean your machines, people, after every use, because that was from mud buildup. I mean, it's just caked on there everywhere. I'm trying to clean it up as much as I can. Put some seal on it, protect it in the future, so that when we get back to MUDBASH, we can sews it all off. But pressure washer works the best, not just a water hose. This is not going to get all that dirt and grime out, especially when you don't pre-treat it. I've got the 250EX that I could take, but I really don't want to. I've done so much to get the Can-Am ready, and my wife is just like, see, you should have waited till the end. So this is my fault for waiting on mechanical fixes right before. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll throw this in a two-part. Who knows? I might just do this one vlogging video to kind of take you guys along, kind of record putting the axle back in, throw that online, and then you guys can see part 2, which will actually be MUDBASH. So hopefully we'll see you guys then. Stay safe. Ladies and gents, we are back on the road. Actually, we're kind of almost there, but traffic right now is worse than the storm that we had earlier. It's literally the same day, and blue skies, with clouds. I mean, it's clear. The road's even dry. It's just unreal. I mean, and I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but it's Thursday. Okay, again, I this part. MUDBASH is Saturday. Okay. We don't really have much time to get the Outlander back together. Again, I'm getting off work a little early tomorrow, which should help if I don't get anything tonight. But the goal is, in this video, is to set you guys up, and I do believe I'm going to split this into 2 parts because all this jibber jabber and putting it in with the MUDBASH video is just going to be absolutely insane with getting content there. So the goal is to go pick up the trailing arm, swing arm, whatever you want to call it. For me, it's trailing arm, and go pick it up, get it back home so we can start putting everything back together. It took me a few hours to get everything off. Hopefully it doesn't take that long to get everything back on because I can actually get the axle in a little bit easier with the trailing arm off. So hopefully everything goes smooth, and we'll pick you guys back up here in just a moment when we get to Canyon Clements. Alrighty guys, so we're here. Just went inside, picked up the trailing arm, and got a new bearing, so let's go check it out. And we have, don't judge the nasty car there, but we have the trailing arm with the new rear wheel bearing in. A massive bearing there. And then we got everything ready at the house to go ahead and start putting things back together. So stay tuned for that. Go ahead and get back to the house, knock that out when we got some daylight left, and hopefully daylight will stick around and be our friend. So see you there. Alright guys, so we're back. We got everything ready to work on getting bolted back up. We got some things lubed up. We had to stop and get some Loctite. And again, shout out to Venom Performance and Cherry City Motorsports for allowing me to use their socket here. I just want to make sure, give them credit where credit's due. I do need to get it back to them, but it'll probably have to be tomorrow because today's coming to a close. So we're going to work on getting the trailing arm on first. Might end up popping the axle in as well while I've kind of got it where it needs to be. Get everything mocked up, and that way everything should go on a little bit easier. So I'm going to work on that and keep rolling. Alrighty everyone, so that was a pain. It was a lot easier to put it all back together, but measuring out how much Loctite and everything was kind of a headache. Putting on the last nut now. We'll zap that on. We'll get everything of the hub hooked up. I'll have to do another video on showing the other side on how all this is done, but man, it's quite the pain. So I'm gonna zap this on there, get everything kind of buttoned back up, get the hub back on, and yeah, hopefully get the shocks bolted back up and work on finishing up because I'm exhausted. So good morning everyone. It's a real early morning after working like crazy the last 36 hours to get this ready. I'm about to head to work, but I thought I'd keep you guys in a loop here that we got the Outlander back together. Everything is seated up. I gotta get the right band for that, but oh no, I'm just pushing it around. It seems to be doing well. I couldn't fire it up because I got done late last night and it's not that loud being with the stock exhaust, but we have a lot of livestock around our property and the neighbor's property and animals and dogs, so I didn't want to rile anybody up. So
Getting off a little early today. I got to get the dogs taken care of before bike night, so we'll fire it up, try to drive around then, make sure it's all doing well. But I do believe we're going to pull this off. I really had my doubts. Got to get the socket back to Cherry City Motorsports. Get that back to them on the way home today. And I swear my roosters do not know what time it is because the sun's nowhere in sight. But you guys definitely stay tuned. I'm going to actually see, depending on how work today goes, if I can get this edited today and get it online. Scrambler video's got to go online here in a little bit. So I'll be taking my laptop to work and get everything posted up for that. And yeah, go from there. So hey man, well there's a will, there's a way, right? So I'll catch you guys on the flip side. You guys be good and stay tuned. Alright.
Baby, I'm back.